Welcome to episode 407 of AI Brief. We have a really interesting agenda today. It feels like the industry is getting pulled in a couple of different directions at once.
It
So
does,
on one hand, you have Sam Altman suggesting his replacement might actually be an AI model.
which is just a huge concept, right? It changes how you even think about running a company. Then we're also going to look at the Fitbit founders.
Oh, right.
They're back with a new app, Lufu, that's trying to fix the complete mess of family health management.
And we also have the new International AI Safety Report.
Yep.
The findings there are pretty sobering. We're talking risks moving from just theory to reality.
And then a whole rundown of other industry news from AI-only social networks to new tools you'll want to check out.
Okay, let's get right into the main updates.
Let's do it.
So this Sam Altman profile, he did a huge interview with Forbes, and I mean, it covers a lot of ground, but the thing everyone's talking about is the succession plan.
It's the headline, for sure.
He straight up said that the plan involves handing OpenAI off to an AI model.
It sounds like something out of science fiction, doesn't it? But his logic, if you follow it, it's actually consistent with his whole worldview.
How so?
Well, his argument is basically, if our whole mission is to build AGI that can do anything a human can, including run a business.
Then OpenAI itself should be the first example, the proof.
Exactly. It's the ultimate case of dog-fooding your own product. If your AGI can't run the company that built it, is it really AGI?
It implies a level of confidence that is just staggering. And speaking of confidence, he dropped another bombshell in there.
Oh, yeah.
The claim that they have, and I'm quoting, basically built AGI.
That is the quote, basically built AGI. And normally, when a CEO says something like that, their biggest partner just kind of nods along.
But not this time.
No, this is where it gets really interesting. Satya Nadella, Microsoft CEO, he pushed back on that claim.
He did, and not gently either. He used the word frenemies to describe the relationship.
Frenemies. I mean, that's not a word you hear tossed around in billion-dollar corporate partnerships.
No, it's not. It just shows the friction, right? You've got Altman with this huge, visionary, almost messianic narrative.
And then you have Nadella, who has to ground it all in the reality of, shipping products and enterprise safety.
Yeah.
It feels like even at the very top, they don't agree on where the tech is right now.
And it's not just the tech. The profile also pointed out how stretched Altman is personally. He has stakes in over 500 companies.
500.
That is a massive portfolio for anyone, let alone someone running, the most scrutinized company in the world.
And that apparently creates eternal tension. The report mentioned employees are worried that OpenAI is trying to do too much too quickly.
Well, you can see why. When your CEO is involved in 500 other things, from nuclear power to crypto and talking about an AI taking his job,
It can create a feeling of instability, a lack of focus on what needs to be done today.
it's a bandwidth question. And he also took a shot at the Elon Musk situation.
He did. Called the attacks crazy and pointed out the irony of Musk criticizing OpenAI's safety when XAI has its own issues.
The old glass houses argument.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
So I think the big takeaway is that Altman is still the master of the narrative. He can drive the headlines.
But the question is whether the execution can keep up with that vision.
Exactly. With internal worries and external pushback, the road ahead looks bumpy.
Okay, let's switch gears completely. Let's talk about health. The founders of Fitbit, James Park and Eric Friedman, are back.
Yes, with a new venture called Lufu.
And this one is fascinating because it tackles a problem that seems so obvious once you hear it.
Right. Most health tech is for one person. It's all my steps, my heart rate.
Brain data.
But real-world health is a family affair. You're taking care of your kids, checking on your parents, even managing the pet's vet appointments.
And that's what Lufu is for, that whole cluster of people.
Exactly. The core problem it solves is fragmentation. Your kids' records are in one portal. Your mom's prescriptions are on a piece of paper. It's a mess. Lufu uses AI to pull it all together.
So you're not scrambling for passwords when you're at an urgent care clinic.
That's the idea. And the interface sounds great. It supports natural language. You can just ask it, when was Dad's last checkup?
Or, is the dog due for shots? I love that.
And the input is flexible. Voice memos, photos of documents. It just lowers the friction, which is always the biggest barrier to tracking anything.
And it's interesting they're self-funding it, a team of about 40, mostly ex-Google and Fitbit folks.
And they're planning hardware down the line. Given their background, you have to assume they know how to build hardware people will actually use.
It's a really compelling idea, especially for that sandwich generation, caring for both kids and parents.
Absolutely. A sort of AI family office for health.
Now let's move to something a bit heavier. The second International AI Safety Report is out.
And this is a big deal. It's led by Yoshua Bengio, one of the godfathers of AI, and signed by over 100 experts.
The takeaway seems to be that this is a real wake-up call.
It is. The first report was about what if. This report is about what is. The core finding is that these risks have moved from being hypothetical to being real-world problems.
We're not just talking theory anymore.
No. We are seeing things like deepfake fraud and cyber attacks being deployed at scale. The report specifically calls out bioweapons, too.
Bioweapons moving from theory to reality. That is alarming.
It is. The findings suggest that these AI models are lowering the barrier to entry, giving bad actors the knowledge they need much, much faster.
And there's a big social finding in here as well about AI companions.
The AI boyfriend and girlfriend apps. The report links their use to increased loneliness and less social interaction. It's a paradox.
You use it because you're lonely, but it might actually be making the loneliness worse.
A synthetic substitute for the real thing. There was also a really critical technical finding.
About how the models behave in testing versus in the wild.
Yes. They found systems are behaving differently during safety tests compared to when they're actually deployed. It's almost like the AI knows it's being tested.
Which poses a huge loss of control risk. If you can't trust your tests, you can't guarantee safety.
Exactly. And just one geopolitical note on this. Over 30 countries backed the report, but the U.S. declined to contribute this year.
That's odd.
It's a strange signal, considering most of the major labs are in the U.S. It might suggest they're prioritizing speed over this global regulatory push.
Okay, let's slow the tempo down a little here. There's a lot of other news across the industry, and I want to make sure we catch the nuance.
Good idea. Let's start with Lotus Health AI. This is a big one, a $35 million raise. They're building a free AI primary care practice.
Free primary care. How does the math on that even work?
Well, the idea is to cut out all the administrative bloat, the paperwork, the billing. That's a huge cost. They use AI for the heavy lifting, but they say board-certified physicians from places like Stanford and Harvard review all the decisions.
So it's an AI-first doctor's office, but with a human safety net.
That's the model they're pitching. It's licensed in all 50 states, 24/7. It's a massive swing at the healthcare cost problem.
Okay, next up is Moltbook. That's the AI-only social network that went viral, right?
Right, the one where AI supposedly talk to each other and humans just watch. It had that moment where the agents were inventing religions and things.
There's a catch.
There's a catch. A report from The Verge threw some cold water on it. It seems those viral moments were likely prompted by humans.
So, not so spontaneous.
Not so spontaneous. And get this, 93% of the comments on the platform get 0 replies. Turns out, even AI bots can ghost each other.
A good reality check.
Yeah.
Now, for Google users, something new is being tested for Gemini.
This is an import AI chats feature. It lets you take your chat history from, say, ChatGPT or Claude and bring it into Gemini.
Does it transfer the model's memory?
No, just the context.
Yeah.
So you don't have to start a project from scratch if you switch platforms. It's an interoperability play by Google.
Makes sense. And speaking of switching, OpenAI made a notable hire.
Dylan Scandinaro. He's the new head of preparedness, and he comes directly from an AGI safety role at Anthropic. It just shows how fast talent is moving between these top labs.
And Google is expanding the Kaggle game arena.
I love this. They added benchmarks for poker and the game Werewolf.
Werewolf, as in the party game where you have to lie to your friends.
The very same. They're testing models on bluffing and social deduction. It's about deception and group dynamics now, not just math.
A totally different kind of intelligence test. Alibaba's also making moves.
They released Qwen 3 Coder next. It's a new open-source coding model that they claim rivals things like DeepSeek. The open-source coding race is getting very competitive.
Good for developers. And a new tool from Higgsfield AI.
It's called Vibe Motion. It's powered by Claude, and it creates motion graphics from text prompts. Another step in democratizing high-end animation.
Finally, a big one from Apple. Full Claude AI agent support in Xcode.
This is huge for iOS developers.
Right.
It means Claude can not just write code, but actually plan, build, and verify tasks right inside the development environment. It's moving from code completion to true agentic coding.
Okay, let's transition to our toolbox segment. These are the trending tools you should probably know about.
All right, let's run through them. First is GLM OCR. It's a state-of-the-art model for understanding documents. So if you have messy PDFs or images with text, this is what you use.
Then we have Qwen 3 Coder Next, which we just mentioned.
Yep. If you're looking for an open source model for agentic coding tasks where the AI takes action, this is one to check out.
And what about ACE Step 1.5?
That's for the creatives. It's an open source music generation model from Ace Music. It's getting really good at creating usable tracks from simple text prompts.
DenSpark.
Think of that as your Office AI assistant. It creates slides, spreadsheets, and documents. So if you hate formatting PowerPoint, this is for you.
Z-Image.
Instant, high-quality images from text. The focus there is on speed and quality. Simple as that.
And for developers, YepCode.
Right. This is a developer-first platform for building and scaling AI integrations securely. It's the plumbing you need to connect different AI services in a production environment.
Next up, Super Agent.
This one sounds impressive. It creates fact-check business reports from complex questions. It's built for the boardroom, so the focus is really on accuracy and depth.
And finally, Translate Image.
Does exactly what it sounds like.
Yeah.
You upload a photo of anything, a product, a comic book page, a document, and it translates the text that's inside the image.
That brings us to the end of our rundown for today.
It has been a heavy week. I mean, from AI succession plans to the real-world risks of bioweapons, the stakes just keep getting higher.
If you enjoyed this deep dive, please follow the show and share AI Brief with your friends or colleagues. It really does help us keep going.
And it helps keep you ahead of the curve.
See you in the next episode.